Good morning. Whether you are here in person or joining us at home, it is wonderful to be together. As we settle in for this hour, let us pause to center our hearts and minds for worship. We begin with the words of Carl Seberg. Let there be joy in our coming together this morning. Let there be truth heard in the words we speak and the songs we sing. Let there be help and healing for our disharmony and despair. Let there be silence for the voice within us and beyond us. And let there be joy in our coming together. Come, friends, let us worship together. We will, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Our chalice lighting words this morning are by the Hall of Fame football coach, Vince Lombardi. The achievements of an organization are the results of a combined effort by each individual. People who work together will win, whether it be against complex football defenses or the problems of modern society. Individual commitment to a group effort, that is what makes a team work, a company work, a society work, a civilization work. And now please stand as you are able for our affirmation by James Villablanc. Please repeat after me. Love is the spirit of this fellowship.
Love is the spirit of this fellowship.
And service is its law.
And service is its law.
This is our great covenant.
This is our great covenant.
To dwell together in peace.
To dwell together in peace.
To seek the truth in love.
To seek the truth in love.
And to help one another.
And to help one another.
And now, let's stay standing for our opening hymn. Our opening hymn today, number 360, Here We Have Gathered. The words are also on your screen.
Good morning. I am Alicia Adams, a junior worship associate, and welcome to the Morristown Unitarian Universalist Fellowship, Welcome especially to any newcomers, returning members, and anyone who has joined us online today. If you are tuning in live on YouTube or Facebook, please say hi in the chat or comments. We are delighted to have you here with us. We are a community of many ages, and we all worship together. You can join us on many ways on Sundays, including online, here in the sanctuary, or from one of the many rooms in our buildings where we live stream the service. Kids of all ages are always welcome in our service, but we also offer childcare as an additional option for families with small children ages 9 months to 5 years. Parents, if you find yourself in need of childcare at any point during our service today, please bring your little ones to room 201 at the top of the stairs. Again, we're glad you're here with us today.
For all ages. All right. All right. So today we're reading a book, It's Great to Work Together, by, author's not on the cover, by Jordan Collins and Stuart Lynch. And today Mohan's going to work together with me to read it. All right. Start us off, Mohan. Oh, not this one? Okay. Yes. No. Okay. Good morning, class, said Miss Clayton. I have a surprise for you. The children knew it must be something exciting because Miss Clayton couldn't stop smiling. Sure enough, Miss Clayton announced that it was Treasure Hunt Day. Teams would search the playground for objects. The first to find everything would win cool glow-in-the-dark markers. I'm going to split you into teams, Miss Clayton said. Then I'll give each team a set of cards showing objects, such as a jump rope or a toy animal. Yeah.
You must pull together to find all the objects and write down where they are.
Tia rushed out to the playground. She was more excited about the game than anyone else in the class. Her brother had brought home a set of markers last year when his team had won. She couldn't wait to have her own set. Tia's teammates were Abby and Ryan. They both looked at the cards, but Tia didn't. I bet together we can find everything really fast, Abby said. Tia grabbed the cards. My brother did the treasure hunt last year, Tia said. He told me where everything is. But Miss Clayton said we have to work together, Ryan said. It will be quicker if you listen to me, said Tia. You want to win, don't you? Tia began walking really fast. Ryan hurried after her. I can see a ball under the apple tree, he called out. One of the things we have to find is a ball. Tia ignored him. The other groups were already writing things down, and that made her walk faster. There's a yo-yo near the hopscotch court, Abby said. A yo-yo is on one of the cards. I told you, Tia said. I already know where to find everything. She couldn't understand why nobody was listening to her. They were getting close to the field where Tia's brother had found the objects last year. Tia's heart was beating fast. She couldn't wait to show her teammates that she'd been right all along. When she got to the middle of the field, she looked around for the first time. It was empty. Her heart sank. I thought everything would be here, Tia said. It was last year. In the distance, she heard Miss Clayton blow the whistle. A team had already won the treasure hunt. We lost, Tia said, looking shocked. I can't believe it. Ryan glared at Tia. "I saw the ball, but you didn't listen," he said. "Yeah, and I saw the yo-yo," Abby added. Tia suddenly felt bad because she had let her friends down. Her stomach turned into knots. "I'm sorry," she said. "It's my fault that we've lost." Abby took the cards from Tia. "It's okay," she said, "but the next time you're on a team, remember that it's important to work together." "And to listen to each other," Ryan added. "It's not nice to ignore people." Tia realized she hadn't been a good teammate. She hadn't worked with her team or even listened to them. "I'm really sorry," Tia said. "If you'll be on my team again, I'll be a better teammate." "Promise?" Ryan asked. "Promise," Tia said. "I know," Tia added a moment later. "Let's help clean up. As a team." "Good idea," Abby said. "Let's go." "Here you go, Miss Clayton," Tia said. "We've picked up everything for you." "Wow, that's great," Miss Clayton said. "What a fantastic team." Yeah.
Tia granted working together felt great.
All right. Do you want to say the end?
The end.
Thanks for working with me.
Charlotte, Alistair. We're going to sing our next song. So everyone stand. From You I Receive, which is number 402. And Beth's going to lead us in some hand motions.
And I have 2 helpers.
Thank you.
I even have more helpers. That's good. We'll do it first, and then you can sing it. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. To you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live.
Now is our time for our milestones and passages. Sometimes we come to this sacred place with much on our hearts. Like a beautiful rose with sweetness and softness, but it can also have thorns. Perhaps you have welcomed a new baby, lost a loved one, got a new job, or received a new diagnosis. And children, they have joys and sorrows too. Things that make you happy and sad. Whatever your age, whatever your roses or thorns of your own life, you can share with them in our service by filling out our milestones and passages form before 9 p.m. a.m. online. I realize the link is broke. I'm going to fix it this week. Sorry about that. And the form can be found in our newsletter, and also we have paper forms, which look like this, that can be found in the rear of the sanctuary. We have a few milestones and passages to share with you today, and please respond after each by saying, "We hold you in our hearts." Bob Calafiore is resting at home and has difficulty breathing due to his lung disease. However, would appreciate a phone call to his cell phone, which he enjoys tremendously. We hold you in our heart. Bob also watches online every Sunday as well. Please send prayers to Arlene Shapiro, after her stroke at the end of March, she is in recovery at Care 1 in Morristown. We hold you in our hearts. And Franklin Helen shares that with sorrow that his younger sister Wendy passed away suddenly last week. We hold you in our hearts during this time of grief. The Macias family shares the joy that Paisley earned Student of the Month at her school, as well as a SNAP award for being kind, including others, and sharing with her classmates. Good job. We hold you in our hearts. Sarah Parikh shares that last Thursday, the Parikh family celebrated 7 years since Mohan, who just shared our story, came home from the NICU. We hold you in our hearts. And Alice Wallwork shares that she got a new bunny, and her name is Lovey. We hold you. And here's the secret. Some of you folks took Easter pictures with her last week. So we got it from a friend. We hold you in our hearts, right? Let's take a quiet moment now for the prayers and meditations of our own hearts. Let's close our eyes, get comfy in our chair, sit upright, and breathe. Hear the breaths of those around you, this community that holds you. Feel the spirit of life holding us all in this still moment. Let us take 3 deep breaths together. Amen, and blessed be. Charlotte. Yeah.
Today's reading is Working Together by David White. We shape ourselves to fit this world, and by the world we are shaped again. The visible and the invisible, working together in common cause to produce the miraculous. I am thinking of the way the intangible air traveled at speed round a shaped wing, easily holds our weight. So may we in this life trust to those elements we have yet to see or imagine, and look for the true shape of our own life by forming it well to the great tangibles around us.
We come now to our time in our service each Sunday when we pause to offer our gifts of financial gratitude to this congregation. Your donations make all we do here together possible and also help our wider community. Each Sunday, we give at least half of the money we collect to an organization doing good work to advance our Unitarian Universalist values of love, justice, equity, transformation, pluralism, interdependence, and generosity in a world that hungers for them now more than ever. Today's offering will be split 50-50 with the Unitarian Universalist Ministry for Earth, a seedbed for spiritual grounding and education that inspires deep practices of earth care, justice, and flourishing for all. You may give in our collection plate or by following the instructions printed on your order of service and shown on the screen. Thank you in advance for your generosity.
The choir is going to sing a song about immigrants and how good it is to come here and sink your roots into this land. But then, this morning, there was news. There's news every day about people being deported without due process. But this morning, 3 U.S. citizens were reported, ages 2, 4, and 7, with their mothers. One who has stage 4 cancer and no medication.
Thank you, choir. Now, there are many things in my life that have made me who I am. My schooling, my family, the faith institutions that brought me up, going to summer camp, growing up in New Jersey, have made me who I am. But I've been following the NFL draft these last couple of days, and so it's got me thinking about another thing that has made me who I am, and that's sports. I love sports. I know that isn't necessarily shared with a lot of folks in here, but I love sports. I particularly love team sports. I love the competition. I love coming together to do hard work towards a common goal. And my favorite team sport is football. I love football. Now, I know it's a violent sport, correct? I know the NFL is a problematic organization of billionaires enriching millionaires, and it's all those problems in there. I know that the stadiums they build take taxpayer funds to give those billionaires more money and not give it back to the communities they take for it. I understand all that, but I love football. I love it. I don't want to talk about the NFL. They're problematic. And I could talk about the NFL and their problems, or I could talk about the Buffalo Bills 4 hours, but none of you want to hear that. I want to talk about my playing football. I started playing football when I was in 3rd grade. It was a great outlet for a angry tween with a new ADHD diagnosis to get out all that energy and aggression. My dad played football. My grandfather played football. My brothers after me, they all played football. The football was our sport. I loved it. As a team sport, it's great because it brings together all sorts of different athletes. Now, granted, you have to be an athlete to play football, but if you're a big guy, there's a spot for you on the line. If you're tall and fast, we can run you down the sidelines. If you're a smart, observant person, we'll put you in the middle of the team, paying attention to everyone, calling your audibles, paying attention to what to do. It takes all different types of athletes to come together and play this game. And when one person messes up, you miss a block on the line, or you miss a read when you're throwing the ball, you mess up for the whole team. To me, it's my favorite team sport. When I played it in 3rd grade through high school, it was lots of fun. But I want to tell you about my favorite season. My favorite season was in 6th grade. And we played, and you get to 6th grade and things change because middle school, people go off. And so we only had 12 kids on our team. Now, for those of you who don't know football, 11 people on the field at all times. So that means we only had one person on the sidelines. That means all of us had to play every down of every game. We couldn't get hurt, we couldn't get sick, we couldn't miss a game, we couldn't barely get tired or thirsty. We had to play every game. And we went 0-8 that season. We lost every game, and it was the best. The best season. I'm going to tell you why. We played hard. They were with these new friends, some of them, in 6th grade, like with many districts, the elementary schools come together. You're meeting new people. Some of them I had known from playing football with before, but not really. You're coming together to do these hard things. It was hard to do it. Our coaches, bless them, knew that a lot of us had to play a lot, and so they worked a lot on conditioning in August. You start in August, in the heat of the summer. And they used to make us do all sorts of different drills and stuff, but the worst thing they would make us do, they'd take us on these back hills behind the middle school where we practiced. And there were like this series of hills. I think it was like the septic tanks or something for the school. I'm not 100% sure. So you go up a hill and you run probably 20 yards, up another hill, you run 20 yards. And they make us run up and down those. Sometimes they make us run sideways up and down those. And if they were particularly feeling cruel that day, they would make us do crab walks up and down those hills, and it was awful. And many of us threw up doing those in the August heat in 6th grade. And it was rough. We played, but we did it together, and that was the joy of it. We played that game together. We got knocked around. We lost together. Those 8 kids, Joey and Larry and Sam and Scott, I can remember them to this day. We played together. We played hard. We played for a shared goal, to win. We never got to that goal, but we played together for it. Every Sunday we played on Sundays, we would come together, and we would shoot for that goal. We played our hearts out every down. It was hard, but it was fun. Together, it was hard and fun. We're going to sing the first verse of our first song, and we'll figure out what that all means. What are we singing? I forget. That one. Now, that was my fun story. We'll get back to it. I want to talk about something that's not quite as fun or joyful, and that is organizational structures. They're my favorite. We currently, as an organization here at the Fellowship, are going through a change, moving from a board-led structure, a fellowship model where everyone had a say in every little detail, to one of policy governance. You know our little thing over here? There we go. It's a very boring-looking slide on purpose. As a fellowship, as part of the movement, this is my interpretation of it all. Every board member, there's some board members in here that can probably elaborate on this more for you. As a fellowship in the 50s, we got together and did everything together. It was lay-led. Every conversation was in the parking lot or wherever, said, what do we want to do? You want to do this thing? Yes, let's do it. Point to everyone. Okay, good. We worked like a family. But we've been growing since then. Since those first meetings in the bank in Morristown and then in the YMCA. We've been growing our congregation and our space, and against all odds and against all scholarship in the subject, we've been doing well under this older model of governance. But we are seeing now that it's time that if we want to continue to grow, to move forward, to use this space, to use our gifts, to do something different. And so our board a couple of years ago changed to a policy governance model. And I'm sure many of you have heard us say it. Some of you have been to the listening sessions, and some of you may even be rolling your eyes at it right now. Policy governance means a big change in the way we do things. It recognizes that this small family fellowship model doesn't fit us anymore. And what was so great about that fellowship model is that if you were here, you had a say in everything, from the carpet colors to the programs we did. And I know I'm oversimplifying how things got done. I'm sure there's people who've been here for a long time who can explain the complexities of it all, and we can have that conversation. But I want to make it simple for today. As we grow, we can't do that anymore. I come from a family of 6 kids. That means we go camping every year. We go camping, that means there are 6 kids, 6 significant others, 5 rugrats, probably a dog or so, and my 2 parents who are divorced but still come and hang out with us, amicable, and hang out together. It's very complicated. And so my sister will start off the year planning and we go in August, in November, and she sends out the first spreadsheet. She sends out doodle polls and sign-up geniuses for all the things that need to happen. And my mom will lament, why can't we just do things as a family anymore? I'll say to her, it's pretty simple, because we're too big. We had 6 kids, and we just added and added and added, and we got bigger, and so things become more complicated. We are like that here at the Fellowship. So we're on this policy governance thing. We're making more spreadsheets here for our organization, and that's not very joyful at times. So here's the basic top tenets of policy governance. There's a board who represents the congregation, and it's their job to set our vision and our mission and what we're doing, to set the goalposts, to set what the outcome of the game should be. It's our football reference. And then they give that to the program leadership, so that's the staff, the leaders with the things, to make sure that carry out that vision. The third key is that the third key of this, according to the book that everyone's been reading, by Dan Hotchkiss, here, you can get a copy if you want, is that there should be a creative and open atmosphere for ministry once you set all those things in place. And you create systems so that can happen. Creating an open and creative atmosphere. Another story. I listen to podcasts a lot. And during the pandemic, there seemed to be a lot of folks stuck at home with their older parents. A lot of folks my age, a little bit older, stuck at home with their older parents who had done some wild things in the 60s and 70s and 80s. And so there was all these podcasts exploring Bill Ayers and the start of the Weather Underground. There's a great podcast on Marcia Ferber, who was part of the Back to the Land movements of the 80s. And it was about what it was like for these kids to grow up in these movements. And I listened to them all. I loved them. There was more and more and more. But what I found so interesting is that everyone would have a point where the folks who were part of that movement would say something along the lines of, we didn't know what we were doing. We just figured it out as we went along. And that was where the joy for it was. It wasn't about taking a pre-subscribed movement or methodology and doing it. It was about figuring out how it went for them. That was the creativity, to figure out what worked for them. And we need to figure out what works in this space for each group, whether it's religious education or worship, or how the building is used, or how fundraising is done. Every group needs to be given the flexibility and creativity to figure out what works for them at this time, without judgment of what has done in the past, what is being done now. We need to figure it out together now. Let us sit and sing our next verse of our song. Policy governance is a terrible term. The book's very good. The term is awful. It's boring, it's analytical, it's corporate. When I went to seminary, I changed from a Master's of Divinity to a Master's of Organizational Leadership. And in doing that, in that program, we talked a lot about missional work. Now, it was a Christian seminary, and so some of that mission was from spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ, as it would be. But it was more than that. It was about spreading any good news or any work or any mission of the organization that you're working with. Some of you don't like the word evangelize, and for very good reason. It's a bad word that's paired with not so great groups of people with some very bad views. But evangelizing is just sharing what it is that you believe. A mission is just sharing what it is you believe with people around you. Because I believe that if you believe something strongly enough, then you should share it. I believe the Buffalo Bills are the greatest football team in the NFL, and they're going to win the Super Bowl this year, and you all should believe it too. Just kidding. I'm very, very hopeful this year. Anyway, at the fellowship, we have a mission. Do we have our mission slide there, Alex? Our mission is on the front page of our website as well. Our mission is to nurture a spiritual home where all are welcome, encouraged to participate in the universal search for truth and meaning while working together to build a fair and peaceful world. It's our interim mission statement. We put it together when we were searching for Reverend Sasha, and it's been our guiding principle for now. Missional ministry is what we called it at seminary. And so ministry is about carrying out that mission. Everything we do works towards that mission. And policy and governance similarly puts a structure in place so that that is what we're leading towards. So everything we do is filtered through that, right? We don't just do what we want, it's filtered through that loosely, right? So creativity without any guidelines looks much like my daughter's room full of scraps and garbage. Clean up your room. But a little bit of guidelines, a little bit of structure really build some beautiful things. So, are we working for a welcoming environment? Is everyone welcome in our programs that we're leading? Sometimes no, sometimes yes, and that depends on what the program is. Do we have open groups? Do people know about them? Do we have closed groups? When people are showing up at our doors, are they being turned away or welcomed in? And for the most part, our groups are open, and they should be. But if they're not, that may not be part of our mission, and it's up to us to always evaluate what we're doing as part of our mission. The board can hold us accountable. We can hold each other accountable in that. And that's not a bad thing. Reevaluating and holding us to a standard is a good thing. Is everyone encouraged to participate? Is every part of the fabric of our fellowship? Is everyone a part of the fabric of our fellowship? Not only should you be encouraged to participate, but I think, and I'm going to veer from the mission a little bit, if you're part of this organization, you should be participating in every aspect, as many as possible. Whether it's volunteering to teach, we always need those, helping with hospitality during coffee hour, or taking classes, or taking part of our events, just showing up, doing the work of keeping up our home, or giving to our funds, participating is highly encouraged, and I would say almost required, not out of obligation, but it's how you will get the most out of being here. Are you participating in the universal search of truth? The thing that unifies all religious institutions and houses of worship is that, unlike nonprofits that have very specific and narrow scopes, we are places in which people are searching for answers to big questions. Where do we come from? What happens after we die? What is the meaning of any of this? We at the fellowship hope that we are helping you, and that you are finding that out for yourself. We're going to guide you, what's different than other religious organizations, that we're not going to tell you what the answers are to those things. We're going to help you find that there. And if we're not doing that, based on our mission statement, we need to change and adjust. Are we working to build a peaceful world? That's what we're doing with our social justice fair today after the service, helping to give you all the tools to build a peaceful world. And later we are hosting a trans makers market where we give our space to folks who are part of a marginalized community to be themselves and to share their gifts. I hope you all join us. That's bringing about a more peaceful world. What are we doing to fulfill our mission? That's the question every day. Now, you may disagree with the mission. This is what we figured out as our interim mission statement. I believe we're working towards a more permanent one. Not that anyone is permanent. They can always change. I know many of you have been part of our open questions sessions in the past where we've asked different questions. The board has listened to you. Again, they will figure it out, set that vision for us. Our next question, I believe, is what is our mission? And our board, which represents the congregation, wants to hear from you. They will figure out that mission, set it, and give it to all of us leaders to fulfill. Now, we might stick with this mission that we have. I don't think it's very bad. It's a little wordy. I would like it to be a little quicker, a little more succinct so we can all memorize it. But maybe you can memorize all that. So I can't. But the ideas that are there. And once we set those goals, just like that football team whose goal was winning, even though we never did, we still will have a goal that we are working towards. And even though the work will be hard, particularly in this political climate, in this culture, it's going to be hard to bring peace in a world and encourage folks to search for universal truth and meaning that works for them. In a world where we want immediate answers, it's going to be hard. But like those 12 sixth graders, there may be moments where we may throw up in the hot August sun. There may be times when we are getting knocked all over the place. There may be times where we don't want to even show up because we're just going to lose again. But we keep doing it. We do it because we're doing it together. And that is where the joy is, working side by side with people who may be a little bit different than you, but working towards a common goal. Creating a spiritual home where all are welcome and encouraged to participate in a universal search for truth, working together to bring about a peaceful world. When we do that together, side by side, shrugging off losses and celebrating wins. We must celebrate the wins. Doing that together, we accomplish our mission. Amen, and blessed be. Let's sing the last two verses of our hymn. Oh, stand, yes, definitely stand up.
Before we close, I'd like to draw your attention to our Minutes for Ministries. This is a time when we share brief updates about our congregation's activities to help us stay engaged with our community beyond our Sunday service. This morning, I'd like to draw attention to your following announcements. Any newcomers today with us are invited to fill out a welcome card to get connected with us. You can also talk to our welcome ambassador, who would love to meet you and answer any questions. Look for the Sunny Gold sash. Anyone needing a caring presence this morning will find compassionate listening ears with one of our lay pastoral care associates. You'll recognize them by their sky blue sashes. Today, after the service in Shoe Hall, we are hosting a social justice fair. Connect with 6 fellowship groups and 10 of our community partners. Discover how to get involved and build a more just community. On Monday, starting May 5th, from 7 to 8:30 p.m., we will be hosting a 4-session small group ministry experience for new UUs called Starting Point, an introduction to the Unitarian Universalist journey. During our religious education hour, we have a lot of offerings. Please see the back of your bulletin for a listing or ask our DRE, Nick Wallwork. Full details about these and many other events can be found at our website at muuf.org. And now, I open the mic to announcements from our ministry teams and committees. Please keep your announcements to 1 minute or less. We will end our announcements at 11 a.m. sharp.
Good morning. Thank you, Nick, for a very inspiring service. I know a lot of people, when they find Unitarian Universalism, say, wow, I didn't even know this was here. I'm here to tell you that on May 18th, I will be privileged to attend the 180th commencement of the Meadville Lombard Seminary, which has been around that long, and we will be graduating yet another class of Unitarian Universalist ministers. Tomorrow night, I want to remind you We have a special online presentation, the digital archives at Meadville Lombard, with the Assistant Director of Library and Archives there. There are 40,000 pages so far of 175 years worth of letters and books and sermons and who knows what all else. I don't know. I'm going to go to the online presentation. Please look in the community events. Scroll down to the bottom of your newsletter and click on that link, and you can register. It's 7:30 tomorrow night. And I am very, very proud to be on the board of Meadville Lombard. That's why I get to go to the commencement. So I hope you will join me online tomorrow night. Thank you.
You can come up, Pat. Yeah, I can just read it. Yeah. Pat would like me to remind everyone that the Women's Spirituality Circle will meet today at 11:30 in the library. Maureen Dempsey and Pat De La Fuente will be leading it.
I'd just like to briefly say, for newcomers at 11:30 in the family room, we'll be meeting to do a quick overview of what our congregation is about. So if any of you can join us, you're welcome to.
11:30, if you're new, learn about the congregation.
Do we have a memorial service today?
Oh, yes.
It's at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
2 o'clock day.
There is a...
Did you say that?
Yeah, there is a memorial service at 2 o'clock for 2 o'clock for Dave Zugal. Yes. Any other announcements today? No. All right, you got here early. Some coffee. Love it. Friends, for whatever reason, whether it be the universe or divine intervention or random happenstance or continuing your own search for truth, you are here today in this place with these people doing this work of justice and equity and transformation and pluralism, interdependence, generosity, and love. So roll up your sleeves. Share in the joy of working side by side to make the world a better place. Because where else would you rather be than right here, right now? Amen.